Time again for another pickup video. I know I just did one last weekend, but I've gotten hold of quite a few bit of stuff over this past week. I've been on vacation as well. Hallelujah. But before we get started with the pickups, I have a few things I want to talk about. My buddy Rick from the Inellivisionaries podcast, he went to Corg's last weekend. I was supposed to be there, but I had family stuff come up, and unfortunately I wasn't able to attend that show. But luckily, Rick did shopping for me. I had him do the virtual Willie. So as he went around the show, he would take pictures of different things, and I would pick out what I want, and he'd pick them up for me. So thanks, Rick, for doing that. I really appreciate it. So I got some cool stuff from Corg's. I did head up to Columbus, though, to visit family up there. And while I was in town, I visited Big Fun, which is a really great retro toy store in Columbus. If you're ever in the Columbus area, you really need to visit that store if you're into like old toys and things. They do have some video game stuff in there as well. Picked up a lot of cool stuff at that place too. Pretty cool. Also getting ready to launch the Microvision's Pixelcast, where me and my buddy Scott and also Rick Reynolds from Inellivisionaries will be discussing the first handheld game system that had interchangeable cartridges way before the Game Boy. This was a very unique system. I'm looking forward to going through all the cartridges. Scott's going to try to get Jay Smith to be on the show every once in a while to talk about these games. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Jay is the father of the Vectrex, so he's going to be pretty cool to talk to again about this Microvision. Let's see, what else we got going on here? I can't think of anything offhand. So let's go ahead and just go into the pickups. So we're going to start off with some pickups I've got for my Atari 8-bit computer. All these were picked up by my buddy Rick at Corg's. The first one I got a hold of was Miss Pac-Man. Awesome. I love Miss Pac-Man in the arcade, and the port on the Atari 8-bit computer is not too bad at all. It plays really nice. It does have the intermission screens. You have all the different mazes. It runs a little slow, but other than that, it's actually a really good port of the game. So I'm really happy to have this in my collection. Next up, we have a really cool game, Caverns of Mars. Oh yeah. This is a fun game. I kind of think of it as a vertical scramble. Basically, you're flying down the cavern, you're shooting fuel dumps to increase your fuel, so you keep flying down the cavern. And other objects you destroy. You're trying to get to the center of Mars to activate this bomb and get back out of the cavern to blow it up. It's actually a pretty fun game. It's not hard to find, it's not rare, but it's a fun game to play on the Atari 8-bit. The next one I picked up by Thorn in my video is River Rescue. It's an okay game. It's a horizontal scrolling shooter game. You're in a boat going down a river, shooting alligators and things like that, avoiding objects, all that kind of stuff. What's really odd about this game though is they made the river purple and the ground blue. Interesting palette choice. Then next I picked up, Rick picked up Millipede. Another great little arcade port to the Atari 8-bit. The sequel to Centipede. It's a fun little game. Works with the trackball as well. That's what makes it easier to play. I'm not using the trackball in the play video over here. I'm using a joystick. But it's like Centipede amped up. You have a lot of extra stuff you can do, like the DDT bombs, and there's extra enemies. It throws a lot of stuff at you all at once. It's a very hectic game to play, but it's a lot of fun. Then next up, we have Crime Buster. Crime Buster. It's a light gun game. Unfortunately, I don't have an Atari light gun yet. So I get me an Atari light gun so I can actually play this game. I'll do a video on it when I do, along with Barnyard Blaster. I have that one as well. Two fun light gun games that were made for the Atari XCGS game system. And there is a podcast out there for that, run by my buddy David from the Atari 5200 podcast. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying this game out. It looks like a really fun game to play. So cool. And lastly, for video game related stuff, I got a hold of Peanut Butter Panic. I thought this was on the Atari 8-bit, but actually it's for the Commodore 64. I don't have a Commodore 64. But, oh well. You know, mistakes happen. They look a lot like the Atari 8-bit cartridges. The only way you can tell the difference is the pin header down here is a much wider pin header than the Atari cartridge does. You can see right there. That's how you can tell the difference. Plus, on the label it says, for Commodore 64. Oh well. My buddy Rick didn't know. He just said, I just said, get this, 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 this. He picked it up. So, my mistake. It was only what? It's only $5. So, no big loss. Now, handheld electronic game-wise. Oh yeah, here we go. Tag by Mattel. It's swell. I dig this shiny label they put on this crazy game. These are some of the early Mattel handheld electronic games. I've been trying to collect some of these to do a video on all of them. So that's pretty cool to have. I picked up a classic Mattel Soccer. Yeah, handheld LED game. I got his little brother. Hockey. Yeah. Basically, it's the same game, just a different premise. It's like, okay, we released soccer, so what do we do now? Oh, let's just rebrand it. Hockey. Pretty cool. It's still cool to have. I like the Mattel handheld games. One of my favorites is the Battlestar Galactica and the Auto Race. Oh, of course, football too. Oh man, I love that football too. Also picked up another Milton Bradley game. It's pretty cool, called Flashwitz. It's kind of like a little sliding kind of puzzle type game here. I've never played this, so I'm looking forward to firing this thing up and do a video on it for the Toy Tomb and see what it's all about. It looked pretty cool when I picked it up. So that's pretty awesome. And then here's a game I've been looking for a long time. It's by Mattel as well. It's swell. Gravity. This is a pretty cool little LED based game that has some different little games. It's like I think it has 3 different games in here you can play. All kind of gravity based. I'm looking forward to firing this thing up and giving it a try. I've been after one of these for a long time. So I was really happy when Rick found this. He found this at Big Fun in Columbus. That's why I recommend you go to Big Fun in Columbus, because you find some really cool stuff there. Now, I picked this up myself at Big Fun. Now, a lot of you know, I am a fanatic for VFD games. I love VFD games. They're like, it's like a playground for my eyes, all these little lighted pixels and stuff in different colors. It's really cool. Radio Shack Astro Command. It's like Scramble. It's really cool. Check this out. You can see the little VFD guys in there. Oh, that's so cool. I love these games. So I'm looking forward to doing a video on this here in the near future. Now in the box of stuff my buddy Rick sent me from Corg's, he threw in this Color FX Space Invaders game. Now I like Space Invaders. I've seen this before. I don't really collect LCD games per se, but I think it's really nice that he threw this in a box for me. I really appreciate it, Rick. It's pretty cool, man. And then lastly, for the Toy Tomb podcast, I'm gearing up to do a Stompers episode. And luckily I found a Stomper truck in the box. Stomper Semi. Pretty awesome. Got this also at Big Fun in Columbus, so I was pretty stoked to see this up on the shelf. I had to grab it immediately. I used to love the Stomper 4x4 little battery operated truck, so I never seen one of these semis before, so I'm pretty happy to get a hold of one finally. Especially that says Stomper Express on the side. That's pretty cool. Awesome. So other than that, that's all the pickups. Not a whole lot, but hey, it's a lot of fun to do these little videos every once in a while. So next time. Until next time, everyone, keep on retro gaming.